Dr. Shannon Sullivan's Good White People, The Problem with White, Middle-Class Anti-Racism, event sponsored by the Race in the University initiative, attracted quite the crowd here in Clemson. Clemson University welcomed Dr. Sullivan to give a talk based on her book with the same title. Sophomore Brooklyn Garrett shared her input with me after the event.
I thought Dr. Sullivan was an awesome speaker, and I really liked her talk on Good White People. It definitely was like a title that got a lot of people there because everyone was like, what is this about? And the fact that she gave an account of her own life and what that meant to be like a good white person and to operate in that in the system that we live in, it was really interesting to me.
Dr. Sullivan's talk addressed 4 ways in which good white people seemingly attempt to establish their lack of racism. These good white people accomplished this through asserting their colorblindness, degrading and placing the blame of the continuance of racism on lower-class whites, the demonization of antebellum slave owners, and, lastly, the cultivation of white guilt, shame, and betrayal. History professor Dr. Megan Taylor Shockley also attended the event and made a special guest appearance on WSBF FM Clemson's feminist talk show, Femme Fatale, to discuss the event in detail.
Gave people a lot to think about. It is important to recognize that white people have a race and that we are responsible for acknowledging that.
These social distancing strategies Dr. Sullivan introduced are used to make white people feel better about themselves and their whiteness instead of actually acknowledging their privileged position. Garrett found herself struggling with acknowledging herself as one of the good, well-intentioned white people.
Good white person, really, to me, it felt like anyone who's a white person is gonna live with their whiteness.
Yeah.
But it was something I'd never thought about, so my whiteness, what does that mean?
Dr. Sullivan emphasized how important it is to start the conversation in regards to race because not thinking about whiteness doesn't make it go away. Rather, Dr. Sullivan encouraged fellow white people to live with their whiteness in a self-affirming way, to not dump on others by genuinely talking about race with an array of people. As Dr. Shockley so nicely put it,
Acknowledge it doesn't mean that you are going to lose your power and one who has it, and that's part of the problem is we have to be comfortable discussing it, again, as whites discussing race.
Dr. Sullivan's somewhat controversial material aimed to persuade good white people to sit with the uncomfortability of feeling their whiteness, as well as talking about their whiteness. According to Dr. Sullivan, to do so is taking the first step in closing the gap between racial inequality. From Clemson University, Aubrianna Gonzales, Clemson News Now.